Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Nick and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm going to be ranking all five Final Destination films today. I have just finished reviewing all five films over on my channel. You can go check those out. Yeah, I always had a fun time with this franchise ever since the first film was released back in 2000. So these movies all basically follow the same concept where our main character has a premonition, saves a group of people, they essentially cheat death, and then throughout the rest of the runtime they're getting picked off one by one in these like freak accidents. So death is just taking them out one by one. And before I get into my ranking, just make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any other content like this. So let's go. So coming in the dead last, in fifth place, we got The Final Destination, which is really part 4, but they were even too lazy to put that into the title because this whole film just feels super lazy. The characters suck. I didn't latch on to any of them. This is the only film in this franchise where I can't remember any of their names, and I just reviewed this and I literally can't tell you one of their names. I don't think the race car premonition thing worked at all. It didn't really tap into natural fears people have. I know it's a dangerous place, the racetrack, but still, it's the airplane and different things in the other movies. They actually tapped into people's fears, where this one not so much. The death in this one all sucked, aside from maybe the pool death, the guy on the pool drain. The rest of them are all done up in so much CGI, or they're just so unrealistic that it really takes you out of the thrill. And I guess basically this film just doesn't try anything new. It just plays it by the book, and it's just very generic. This one easily comes in the last place for me. So from here on out, all the movies get a passing grade for me. So coming into number 4 is Final Destination 2. Now, I know a lot of people love this movie and have it as their number 1, but it just I never felt it was that good. Yes, we do get one of the best premonitions in the franchise with the highway accident. That is great. It's perfect. But I feel the movie kind of loses all of its energy after that. The characters are just okay, but there really is no reason for them to be hanging around each other and really trying to help each other because they don't even know each other aside from the accident. I always found the films that focus on strangers didn't work as well. The kills are decent. I'll give them that. But what really brings this one down for me is the messy storyline. It's a little convoluted for no reason. He tries to spice things up in the story, but really I think it's a big fail. This movie's still an easy watch, but unfortunately it does come in 4th place for me. So coming in the 3rd place, we got Final Destination 3 with the roller coaster. Now, yeah, the roller coaster is one of the weaker premonitions in this series as well, but at least it tapped into people's actual fears. There's a lot of people that have fear of roller coasters. And it really worked well with our main lead, Wendy, who was played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. And she was a control freak in that, and you really can't control roller coasters. And speaking of her main lead, Wendy, I love Mary Elizabeth Winstead, so that was a bonus, and she really shines in this. The rest of the characters are kind of just there to die, but at least we get her. I really liked the photo aspect of this film, how they use them as clues to their deaths. I thought that was a genius new idea for this franchise without changing the concept too much. The kills are all pretty decent in this film too. A couple of them are covered up with CGI a bit, which is unfortunate because everything was done practically before. But what we do get, it is fairly good. I do love the tanning bed scene. That was always a personal favorite of mine. And we even get that ending premonition in this one with the subway, which I think was done even better than the roller coaster. Next up at number 2, we got Final Destination 5. Now, this is the last film that came out in the franchise so far in 2011, although we are getting a new one, I heard, in the future. I always dug this one. It was a real surprise to me, especially after number 4 being such a shitty film. This one really brought things back. Pretty cool premonition with the suspension bridge. And the deaths in this film are amazing. Pretty brutal and gory at times. And they're really original, the way people die, whether it be like the acrobatic stuff or like the eye surgery and that. And the characters are really easy to latch onto in this one as well. Like, even the ones that are set up to be unlikable, like Isaac, I feel like he's still entertaining enough, and I still enjoy seeing him in certain scenarios. Our main lead, Sam, and his girlfriend Molly are real good, and so is Peter, his boss, who like goes a little crazy and tries killing them all in that later on in the film. I think that added so much more to this movie, having that concept where they try killing each other, maybe sacrificing someone else will save you. I thought that was another genius thing to add in to this concept that's starting to wear thin after a while. That was enough to keep me interested. And all in all, they wrapped this movie up with that nice twist at the end, which was great. If you haven't seen this movie, I don't want to spoil it, but it's just a my mind was blown when I seen that twist at the end for the first time. And it packs an emotional punch to that ending. Again, I don't want to spoil anything, but if you have seen this, you know what I'm talking about. And it just really tied in this movie into the franchise even tighter. But coming in the first place, my number one movie in this franchise is the original Final Destination, released in year 2000. I just love this movie. It could have a lot to do with nostalgia, since I've seen this at such a young age when it was released. But yeah, I just love the concept. It's so original. It was supposed to be an X-Files episode, but it works so well into film. We got a great group of characters in this one. We got Devon Sawa in this, who is great as our lead. He this is personality traits, and that just works so well with this story. And all the other characters really work too, whether we're talking about Clear or any of the rest of them. I do enjoy this group of characters. And we also get an early role from Sean William Scott without doing his whole Stifler routine. The kills in this one are great. They're not the most graphic in the series, since this is the first movie, but they're all original and unique. And the premonition itself, guys, the airplane. Now that has to be one of the biggest fears in the world, is getting on these airplanes, and they just tapped into that perfectly. I was skeptical on getting on a plane even a few years ago, and this movie's been out forever, and it's a big reason why I had that fear. Whether you had that fear before or after, if you watch this movie, it'll make you think twice about getting on airplanes. And just all the little Easter eggs throughout this film. All these films kind of have that, but I think this one does it the best, with all the little messages and the Flight 180 and the 666 and all the different things you see throughout the film, whether it be on magazines or on objects in the background and that. I think it just ties everything together so well. This one had the advantage of being the first one, so everything's a little bit more mysterious. You didn't really know how things were going to play out. And it's kind of genius how the big ending happens, where they think they're safe and the signs falling behind them. Where it's like there's no escaping death. Well, there you have it, guys. I'm finally done with this franchise, ranking them from worst to best. I had a pretty good time going through these movies for the most part, aside from number 4, which was a total waste. Make sure to let me know down below what your favorite film of this franchise is, or let me know your ranking of all 5 of these movies. Are you excited for the new film that's going to come out? I heard that's going to be based around the ambulance drivers and how they had to deal with all these deaths throughout, which should be an interesting take on this franchise. And if there's any other movies or franchise you want me to check out, leave it down below in the comments and I'll let you know if I've seen it or not. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed that ranking, and thanks for watching.